It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to College Station, Texas. Kyle Field, home of the 12th man and the Texas A&M Aggies. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. He stopped short of the 20th and 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The give to the tailback. Got room to work. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That is such a good run. I'll tell you, if you're going to put on a Seminole helmet, you better be dangerous with the ball in your hands at the running back position, right? You think back to the late, great Bobby Bowden. he was always able to recruit a difference maker at that position. He would have loved to have this guy in his offense because it feels like he can score a touchdown every single time he has the ball.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Makes the catch near the sidelines, but he's down immediately before he gained an inch.
That's one I think if the running back could have over, he would just let that ball sail out of bounds incomplete because he made the catch but lost yards because of it. It wasn't an accurate throw. He'll know next time to just let that ball go.
From the gun, running back on the move. Pretty good job of running to get two there to the 32.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. You got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
On third down, he drops to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Makes the grab on the left. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Looking to throw on first down. Bears the pressure. Finds his man. It's Tuggle. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick six. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
Back to pass. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop.
From the gun, wants to pass. Hauls it in. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding third and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a fourth down.
He's got it, first down and more. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing, an easy conversion for this offense. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
No, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown Seminoles. Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score.
And that is exactly what you love to see as a head coach, watching your offense take the field, first drive of the game, and you're methodical, and you take what the defense gives you. You make good decisions. You don't have negative plays. You don't have missed assignments. That shows your head coach that you are locked in and ready to go.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Bussey. stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Defense better dig in for the run. Heavy formation is there. Trying to hit the sideline on the right. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
You know, these little 1 to 2, 3-yard gains early, they're like body blows in a boxing match, and those gains become 10, 12, 15-yarders as the game goes on, and they wear this defense down.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
To the air. It's Hart. A little release to the back. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big third down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
Caught in the backfield, it's Davis. At the 40, there he goes. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Snagged in the middle. It's Craven. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Wants to throw again. Got out of trouble and throws. Makes the catch. It's Davis. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And this offense has finally put a good drive together. A really good opportunity here. Got to be smart with the football. Don't get too aggressive. Got to get points. But a chance to tie this up going into the half. And considering this offense hasn't played great, that would be a big win.
That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chain.
And I like that. Third and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands, make a quick little move, make the completion, get the first down.
Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. The Aggies will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Hart. Grabbed over the middle. It's Wilson. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And this offense has a chance to pull even as we get deep in the first half. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Aggies!
This has been a back-and-forth battle with a lot of football left to go. Really nice job executing on that rushing touchdown. If they get this extra point, this thing is all tied up.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Flips it out on the screen. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit them with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking. Really good job when this play went off script, and that's the job of a tight end. Find the soft spot and stay in the quarterback's field of vision.
Yeah, and it's just frustrating to play this kind of style of quarterback. It's always going to extend the play, make it harder on you as a defense. You got to guard longer in the back end and just did a nice job getting outside the pocket and getting it to the big fella at tight end.
Getting closer and closer to midfield, out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 47.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
They'll ride Davis here. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
But how about that defense on the snap? They are in the backfield with great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
The 12th man more than standing at the ready. They are bringing the heat on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Moves away as he feels pressure. On the move, he fires. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, the quarterback wants that throwback, guys. He's thinking to himself, I'm going to drive down the field here in a 2-minute situation. We're going to get the lead. We're going to have the momentum going into the first half, but he got too aggressive. He should have thrown that one away or eaten it, because now the other team has a chance to score points here at the end of the half.
Dropping back, it's Hart. Stands in and takes the hit. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the mistiming.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes, smash routes. And that's exactly what they were thinking that time. Just a little bit off on the throw. Nice play by the defense, but
turning it on. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
Quarterback making checks. To the air on first down. Spits it out to the back. Makes the grab. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. The offense will quickly use a timeout. They've hit him with back-to-back chunk plays. Now it's 1st and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And with a hallelujah land. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. They'll run it from the gun. Makes it past the marker. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Looking to throw on first down. He lets it fly. He can haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Just about set to get this second half underway. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him, so I expect more.
Breaks into the open. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on fourth down. Looking downfield, it's Hart. Good timing on the quick out. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
And that's a huge third down conversion by the offense there. It's third and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game goes on here in the second half.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it,
Why you
Dave?
gonna
That's
me?
exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Pulled down after a pickup of 4 to the 27.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half if they keep getting...
Oh, he's got some space. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Got it in the middle. It's Armstrong. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field, and nowadays you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
It's 1st and goal as Texas A&M comes to the line. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. To the air, it's Hart. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles. And
looking for the end zone. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Aggie. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Looking to buy time. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away. This defense has been so dominant, David, that the 12th man feels like he's out there literally. Extra people on the stop troops.
yeah, no doubt, they've been flying all over the field, and the tradition of the 12th man is like no other. You don't see that anywhere else in college football.
Makes a grab down the middle. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. He'll be stopped at the 44, knocked out of bounds there.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time, they let him get out of bounds.
Worked his way to the 38 before they stopped him. It's a 5-yard gain, and that'll be a first down. The Noles are on the move. D looks as if they're about to bring the heat. On the run, still looking. Rolling, throwing, looking right. It's caught. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
Wants to fire on second down. Touchdown, Florida State. Fitted in the window for the score.
Yeah, and you look for the big fellas down here in the red zone. You want to run the football, you want to be physical, and then you play action, and you got the big target. Throw it up to him. He does the rest with the soft hands and getting the touchdown.
No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. From the gun. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off.
I love the coverage by the defense right here. Great job getting up in their space. Nothing easy down here for a 2-point conversion. The interception was just great.
He'll bring it out. It's fussy. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Texas A&M offense is back on the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Oh, look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
Third down for the offense after recovering their own fumble. Looking to pass. It's Hart. Throws for the tight end. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on third down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth-quarter play for this defense. Touchdown, Noles! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone. A huge score there to give them a chance, but now the moment that might decide the game, you know the onside kick's coming.
I was going to say, big decision coming up here now for the head coach. Are you thinking onside kick? You got to take a look at your timeout situation. Clock management is critical. The one thing we know, they need to get possession back quickly. Let's find out how they do that.
He wants to throw it. Still looking on the move. He's into the end zone for the 2, and we've got a tie game in the final 2 minutes. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Wants to go up top on first down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Pulls it in. It's Bussey. Corralled and brought down by the defense.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field. But you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your second and third read some, but we've got to stay aggressive.
They'll run it from the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And with that last play call on second down, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to get in position to kick a game-winning field goal with no time left on the clock. This is a critical third down, though, and if you get this, you can keep bleeding the clock to put yourself in that position.
Catch in the middle. It's Craver. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. Timeout call by the offense. 29 seconds left on the clock. Texas A&M back to work with another first down. Back to pass, it's Hart. Going for it all. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Yeah, and he had an opportunity to make such a big play. Listen, he wasn't wide open with nobody around him, but you got to make that play. You got a little bit of space. You got to haul that in, make your quarterback look good, and make a big play for this offense.
Back to throw, and he's got to do it here late. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he fit?
And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game. A really good return after the interception puts them in business at the 29. The pressure was rising, drama just encapsulating this entire stadium, and the defense comes up with that pick.
Yeah, so the quarterback, he's got to be able to handle this situation. Obviously, everything gets elevated. Everything has to happen a split second sooner. You feel the crowd noise. You can feel the energy, but you've got to keep your poise. And you just wonder in this juncture of the game if the quarterback's starting to lose his cool.
Look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, and he was close to taking that one a long ways down at the 38. Guys, this is a story we see every single year in college football. Ranked teams losing to unranked opponents.